Of course, everyone in the audience is requested to stand at this time as we recite the Lord's Pledge.
Right. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. For thine is the kingdom come, that will be done on earth as it is in heaven. One nation, under God, liberty, justice for all.
Heidi, and some people were confused. But by Monday or Tuesday, they'll be clear-headed again.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
3 o'clock. I mean, how long was I holding up the clock sign?
Easily 4 seconds.
Easily 4 seconds.
You had to wave it around
exactly.
for them.
And they're just sitting here going, I explained to you people before the show began, that is all I asked of you. Did I charge you anything to come here? No. All I asked of you people was clap when I hold up the clap sign.
You think we're in trouble?
In trouble? Are you serious? Now it's 10 minutes after the hour of 3 o'clock. It would have been 9:30 had they started the clap when I told them to. You people at home have lost a half a minute of the show. It is their fault, not mine. Welcome. It is a Friday, April 28th, 1989. A sad day here at the radio station, if you will, because it is this day that marks the last of the live studio audiences in the afternoon until at least the fall. It also marks the last Anything Goes Friday show. I know we've had a last Anything Goes Friday show before and changed our minds 2 weeks later, but this time we really mean it. We really mean it. This is the last Anything Goes Friday show, the last live studio audience show, because it's just, well, I'm not going to get into it. I will ask those of you to help me out at home, because this audience doesn't look too swift. I'm afraid. I'm literally afraid in here. Let me give out the telephone numbers: 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. 1,000. Okay, that was only a second and a half that time. Not too bad, Michael, right?
Boo!
Wait a second. Who are you?
Jill?
Jill. Where's your chair, Jill?
It's in the car. My husband's bringing it.
Oh, Jill's chair's in the car, she says. You guys believe that? No. She's really going to take the chair. She's really going to take the chair.
Nobody's sitting there?
Of course there's nobody sitting there.
Well, I am now.
Unbelievable. They're testy on top of it and late.
I had to work. I have a real job.
You had to work. What the hell do you think I'm doing here, Jill? Tap dancing? Jill had to work, Mike. Hey, Mike, you hear that? Jill had to work.
Unbelievable, this Friday audience. It's no wonder that we put an end to this kind of grief and aggravation. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas are the numbers. And as I pointed out, it is the last of the Anything Goes Friday shows. We will be taking phone calls at any time now. Any time that the audience calls in, we'll be putting them on the air. That's normally what we do with a talk show, with a telephone talk show. You see, I'm here until 6 to talk to you, and you're there to talk to me. And of course, we would call you if we could, but since you don't give us your phone numbers, we depend on you to call us. I would really have no problem whatsoever if you were, to send in postcards with your phone numbers on them, so that at times we could call you. Oh, look at that. The Phenortner is starting to twinkle. Isn't that amazing? We will take some... Well, you think I'm lying?
One of these bozos just leaned over to see if I was telling the truth. Unbelievable. One comes in late, sits in my chair. The other one comes in and starts to look at my phone. There are 2 others in here that brought metal folding chairs. They come in, they look at the softer chairs in here, say, hey, is it okay if we use the soft chairs? I've never seen an audience that followed directions so poorly before in my entire life. And then this one in the Yankees cap, the least you could have done is wear a Phillies cap, you know what I mean? With a matching blue little foam things on his radio set, leans over to see if the Phenortner's really twinkling. Grief. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, this is Jill's boss, and she's supposed to be at a doctor's appointment.
Jill's boss?
Uh-huh.
Jill, did you tell your boss you were going to a doctor's appointment?
No.
Looking a little sick right now.
Well, she better be sick. She went rushing out of...
Well,
Yes, that's right.
That's right. She went rushing out of the office and said she had an appointment to get to. Her doctor was waiting.
Well, it must be a different Jill. How was your Jill dressed? Yeah.
She was dressed pretty nice.
What do you mean, pretty nice? I mean, what did she have on?
Well, she had on her uniform.
What does her uniform look like?
Well, the uniforms they wear in the office are yellow and white tops. Very few of them, I doubt that she would side if she was coming to your...
What kind of hair does she have?
Well, it's normal women's hair.
Such thing as normal women's hair.
Well, it's kind of frizzy.
Kind of frizzy? What color?
It's a dirty blonde.
Dirty blonde. Shoulder length?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so?
Yeah, shoulder length. I guess I don't pay much.
Does she have a large wart on the end of her nose?
Oh, now, sir, that's not...
Oh, sorry. Jill has a large wart on the end of her nose.
Oh, I don't think that's the same Jill.
Okay, must not be. So, doctor's office. Best thing to do is call the doctor.
Is it still Anything Goes Friday?
Well, of course it is.
And can I bring up that?
I think.
Okay. I want to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
Are on location, broadcast?
Well, it depends on what you mean by on location.
And, it just seems like everybody's getting into this swing. Now, I know at one time you were planning on a few of them in the station to do it, so you got kind of mad and you said you weren't going to do it.
I don't know what you're talking about now. What are you talking about?
You were going to do something and you were going to go to the airport and you had been arranging it, and then all of a sudden one of the other gentlemen get an on-site location that made you angry.
Yes, what you're saying about that is true, yes. 9 months ago.
Right. Mm-hmm. But are you going to be doing more on-site?
There are things that I want to do, fairly lighthearted things. I want to do some very serious shows on location, literally outside. Because what I would envision are people on their way home, stopping by, taking part in the show, either just as spectators or possibly even as participants. I would cite as an example, as I've already done before, but what the hell, I have no shame, I'll repeat myself. Perhaps doing a show on gun control in front of a gun shop. Doing a show perhaps on abortion in front of a pregnancy testing center.
Now you're talking.
That's the kind of thing I would like to do.
What's the holdup on something like that?
Oh, God, I hate when people ask me questions.
Well,
I feel this compulsion to answer you. Okay, I will tell you the truth. The holdup on it is there will be a reshuffling in assignments of board operators and producers. The reshuffling has not yet taken place. I am waiting for it to take place before I would ask someone to start to get involved in something like that. I don't want somebody to be, halfway through it and then be reassigned to some other host or some other duty or some other what.
Oh, you mean, in other words, does it have something to do with the 12 to 3 slot as soon as they get somebody in there permanent?
No, it doesn't. No, this is a reshuffling of off-air people. And that's literally why I have not put my requests in formally. I've only spoken about them.
But I mean, a person of your statute and power at that radio station. I mean, you just kind of say it and they do it. They, you say jump and they say how high.
Would that it were, sir.
Excuse me.
Would that it were. You see, we have a very unique relationship at this radio station. I don't tell them how to run it, and they don't tell me how to do my show.
Right, I understand that.
Which is an incredibly advantageous relationship for both of us.
Okay, one more thing, if I may. He was speaking about getting to know the neighbor, and if more people knew all their neighbors, then you wouldn't have to live in the kind of neighborhood where everyone would have to be watching out for their neighbor, and you could leave your doors open. Do you remember the call?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I understood what that gentleman was trying to say, and I don't know if you understood.
I understood what he was trying to say.
Because you kept twisting his words a lot.
No, sir, I didn't twist his words. I understood exactly what he was saying, but it was totally irrelevant to what I was talking about.
Okay, because when you cut him off and started talking, you were talking...
Right, sir, because I wasn't going to let him change the topic of my show.
Okay, but you were taking what he was...
controlling the show.
Okay, but you were taking what he was saying and making it sound something totally different than what he meant it to be.
No, sir, I was trying to guide him into the direction in which I was running my show.
Okay.
He was talking about something completely different.
Okay.
The problem in the world is not that I'm afraid of my next-door neighbor coming in and stealing my television set.
Mm-hmm.
I live in a nice neighborhood, sir.
Right.
I'm a little bit concerned about somebody who may live in your neighborhood coming over to my neighborhood and stealing my television set. So my getting to know my next-door neighbor is not going to allow me to leave my doors open.
No, of course not.
That's right. So that's what we were trying to demonstrate to that particular caller.
Okay. But what he was saying was if people did get to know their neighbor...
Yeah, I know what he was saying, sir. I heard him. You asked me if I remembered the call. I did remember the call. As a matter of fact, he was someone... It might have even been you, because he was someone, a little dense and just kept repeating himself over and over and over again.
I'm very dense.
I know. I bet your car's dirty, isn't it? Filthy, the man says. Filthy, you been listening to the show very long? Yes, he says. Where do you live? Seminole. Probably not too far away from Park Boulevard, right? Right. Ah. This is the one that looked over to check to see if the Pnortner was really twinkling. The Doubting Thomas who has yet to get his body over to the Grand Prix car wash, sitting there with a how old is your car, sir? 9 years old. It's probably ugly, right? Terribly. Well, do you know, had you gotten that car cleaned and washed and waxed every week or so, starting back 9 years ago, it would still be shiny. It would be worth a small fortune, because now it's almost an antique, 9 years old. Unbelievable. Thing still really runs? Oh, can you get parts for it? It rolls. Well, it's still not too late. I mean, you could roll it right down to the Grand Prix car wash. That's what you really should do with it. Roll it right down to the Grand Prix car wash. And let's see, you live very close to the one at 10471 Park Boulevard in Seminole, which is just about a half a block east of Seminole Boulevard. They will probably send you back home. Hey, not much we can do with this pig. But, maybe they can. Maybe they can. They're the experts in car washing. I don't really know anything about car washing. I take my car in there because I get mine done every week. My car's clean, sir. I'm not ashamed of my car. How far away did you park? Right out front. Oh, joy. My car, have them tow the damn thing. We can't have a car like that out in front of the station. Oh, man. Have them take it down to Key 105 and leave it off there. Unbelievable. Put it in Cleveland's spot. He's gone for the day. Anyway, and if you're, I can understand that you might be ashamed to go to the location in Seminole because you might run into somebody you know there. So you could take your car to the one at 1880 Gulf to Bay Boulevard, right across from Clearwater High School. Or maybe even come across the Gandy and take it to the newest location, 3622 Gandy Boulevard. That's a half a block east of the Crosstown in Tampa. And at least get the poor thing clean. Unbelievable. We'll give you a ride over to Q105 so you can pick up your car at 5. Okay, let's go to St. Petersburg. Hi, St. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yo, Bob, is that a scary-looking group you got there?
Scary-looking group is one way of phrasing it, sir.
That would be mild?
Yeah.
All right, are you bailing out on
Except for the nice woman who gave me the tasty cakes.
Oh, that's always a good touch.
Right.
Are you bailing out on the live audience idea? Is it getting old?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. It's outlived its usefulness.
Well, it's not a matter of outliving its usefulness.
Okay.
It's time to move on to other things.
Harsh.
Besides, I sold the idea to Lionel for $5.
Boy, he knows a good
He
deal.
said, oh, boy, what an original idea. I said, yes, Lionel, patted him on the head.
Oh, he knows a good idea, doesn't he?
He certainly does.
I got some ideas for you. I don't know if you want to hear them or not, but...
well, it all depends, sir.
Let me shoot them here. On the on-location idea, I think that... I mentioned this once before when I talked to you. It's about going to USF and talking to the college kids.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's on my list.
Okay.
Just a nice general show, possibly sitting out there somewhere in the common.
Well, I think it'd be great. I think it would go over great.
So do I.
Okay, how about talking back with high school kids? Like your interviews last year or whenever you've done them before have always been great. I don't want to pat you too much on the back, but...
Well, in terms of bringing them into the studio, this studio is not really set up for that. That's one of the things I wanted to do when we finally get around to moving.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Which I think will be about 6 to 7 weeks after we get the microwave in the kitchen fixed.
All right. Well, good.
Microwave in the kitchen has been broken for
I think
months.
interviews with high school kids are great.
Yeah, we'll have a very large studio. At least that's the way it's set up right now. Perhaps by the time the final plans come in, the studio will be cut back to 4x6, and the rest of it will be used for, storage for Alan Gardner coffee cups and T-shirts. But if it still comes through like it's supposed to, it'll be a very large studio, and we will be able to have a fair number of people on mic at one time. Right now, I've got 2 little guest mics, okay?
Okay.
And it's just almost impossible to have more than 2 people. It gets really, really touchy because people who are not used to being on the air forget that they're supposed to be talking right into the microphone. And,
yeah.
And, if you get boys and girls together and they're so close and they, when you're that close to the microphone, sometimes when you're talking, it's kind of like blowing into somebody's ear. And, at PLP one night, we had to pry them apart with a crowbar. It was just absolutely awful. And the girl kept saying, yeah, but he was blowing in my ear. He was blowing in my ear. Yeah. Oh, it was mean, man. Mean.
Okay, one more idea.
Yeah.
Okay. I think with an audience, that a point-counterpoint kind of crossfire show with you and Lionel taking opposing sides of some issue.
You mean something like, Lionel, you ignorant slut?
Well, it doesn't have to be quite like that, like the old Saturday Night Live routine. But, you know what I mean?
It was a great line. I love it.
Oh, yeah, it is a great line.
Lassiter, you ignorant slut. That's
But
okay
you know
with me.
I mean, seriously, with an audience and, say, an hour or half an hour just on some issue, or even a 2-minute blurb, I think it would go over great.
Well, 2-minute blurb, it seems to be an awful lot of trouble for one of us to drive into the station for a 2-minute blurb.
Well, I'm only saying it's a suggestion that you're, there are higher-ups there, I suppose, right? That they might force you guys to do.
Sir, magnificent Lassiter. When somebody goes around billing himself as no, sir, there's no one at the station higher than me.
Oh, okay.
No one.
Yeah, okay.
No
Not even
one.
the great Fava?
The great Fava, sir, all I have to do is feed him a chicken.
All right, that's true.
Not a chicken, Fava?
Who was his buddy there? Was that Screech?
Yes.
Remember the guy? Oh, the
That's
other...
right. Well, that's who feeds Fava the chickens.
Okay, that's true. Also, I was thinking, you have a weekly schedule, it seems, and Anything Goes Friday is one of the days that
The
it's
weekly
filled.
schedule.
Well, I mean...
Hey, Mike, is there a weekly schedule?
No, wait. Come back.
Oh, yes? Well,
Yeah, come back. It's the Friday thing. Anything Goes is always on Fridays, right?
well, except we have done Anything Goes Fridays on Thursdays.
Okay. But anyways, you sprinkle other shows in, your religious Bible God shows, or your or a hot topic of the day show.
Right.
Those are your issue shows, right?
Right.
Okay. And I think that, but lately it seems like you haven't been doing it. Like you've been mad at everybody, or mad at us, or trying new concepts out.
Sir, I've done nothing but serious shows all week long.
Oh,
until
okay.
today.
Okay. Well. All right, Bob.
Sir, where were you yesterday? Do you know
I'm
what
not
I did
here
to-
every day. That's true. There is a problem.
You weren't here yesterday?
I'm not here every day.
Sir, were you here yesterday?
What was the topic, Bob?
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing?
Well, that looks like a USA Today kind of idea.
Sir.
Come
we
on,
had
Bob.
at least 9 absolutely classic calls.
Well, that's true. You are back to the great entertaining kind of calls with the Reagan bashing and kind of you're a communist jerk. That's good.
I am not a communist jerk, sir.
No, I know.
Sir,
Good,
I'm
though.
dripping in gold. How could I be a communist? I
That's
drive
right.
a
Well,
big car.
You want those
I
people
earn
to call up.
$9 million a month, sir.
You're a capitalist pig, then.
Basically.
Okay. Well, if the shoe fits. Well, Bob, thanks for listening to hear me out.
Well, hey, my pleasure.
Okay,
Hey, 43 cents is 43 cents, you know?
I know what you mean.
So do I.
Take it easy.
Be good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Come on. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's enough now. You can stop. Oh, what a great audience. Oh, my arm was getting sore holding it up there. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Tampa.
I have a message for all those blue-haired ladies that bashed you on Tim Cole's show today.
On whose show?
Tim Cole's.
Tim Cole's. I thought he was
Into the
retired.
Road.
I thought he retired and was living at something called like the Wembley Retirement Home or something.
I don't know. I found him by accident, and I just
He's
barely.
working again?
Well, I just barely picked the station up.
Was it an old tape or something? He can't be working again.
It must have been. I don't know. But
Yeah, because he retired years ago. I thought, well, it wasn't years ago. It was a couple of months ago, I thought.
I don't know. I really don't. I just
God,
happened
he's old enough to retire. Well, he was old enough to retire when we worked together at WPLP.
Yeah, he talked about that. He talked about how WEND was coming back, and they were going to blow WFLA away, and hoping to get Fowler back. And
Oh, my God, he's senile, too?
yeah, and WFLA is on its last leg, and you're going to be fired.
Oh,
great. Oh, you're a
geez.
communist, too, and a socialist.
That's a shame that they let him out like that. He says those kind of things.
Yeah, I started to call
He could
the...
hurt himself.
I started to call the authorities because I didn't know if they had known that he was out and about again.
Should have called the authorities. Somebody ought to call the authorities if you see him. I mean, he was, he's a nice man, but he's just, just a little too old to be out on his own.
Well, as far as today's show was, he's highly jealous of you.
Really?
Yes,
Oh.
I mean, him and those old ladies just had a field day.
Well, actually, I'm very jealous of him because he gets all those little old ladies to call.
Because they probably
If I
call
could
you
get-
today, they call him and bash you, and they call you and praise you.
If I could get the kind of callers that Tim Coles gets, I would have probably a 40 share.
Well, you know what he did today? He bragged that he had an 11 share, and you've never had that.
An 11 share he has.
what
You
he
should have called the authorities.
Anyways,
Must be drinking now.
who knows?
I mean, because that has to go beyond just being senile if he thinks he's got an 11 share.
Well, he said he's had that, and you've never had that. And all the old ladies, they had to call up and agree and just bash you, when they call you every name under the sun. And
does anybody here know what the alcoholic content is in Geritol? Could that possibly be the problem? Because the last time I knew, Tim was a teetotaler.
I swear I'd never heard him before until today. It was just by accident I heard him.
Michael says the alcoholic content is 40%. That would make Geritol 80 proof.
Wow. Well, that must have been the answer then.
Whoa. Unbelievable. Well, hey.
Whatever goes. I know.
Next time you hear him, call the authorities.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Take care. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, the only line available. Carolwood. Hi, Carol. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Robert.
Hi.
I was just calling. I hope Muffy's not listening to tell you how much I'm looking forward to dinner tonight.
Well,
and I wanted
to get rid of her. Yeah, I am too,
I wanted to get our story straight. Now, you told her you were
tell her
interviewing.
that I had a bag of diamonds out in the car, and, and she goes out to look for them.
No. See, I thought you told her you had to interview a new talk show candidate.
No, the truth of the matter is I've got the best Muffy in the whole wide world, and I would do nothing to trade her in, with a possible exception for Linda Ronstadt.
How about
or maybe Demi Moore.
A leopard
But Muffy
Teddy?
knows that. And Demi. Muffy has told me that if I can get Demi to come live with me, it's okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, one suggestion on a topic for a future show.
Yes.
Maybe you could hold instead of the abortion one at a testing clinic, possibly you could have a pro-life show in front of a garbage dump where they found an abandoned baby.
A pro-life show in front of a garbage dump where they found an abandoned baby. I'm not quite sure I know what you mean.
Well, they found another newborn thrown in a carton last night in a garbage dump. It might be a nice site for a pro-life demonstration.
Well, I'm sure that you think that you're... I know that you mean well, but it's just incredibly tasteless, what you're saying. Incredibly. Thanks ever so much. Dunedin, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
How you doing, Bob?
Hi, Dunn.
I just wanted to find out, are you going to be at Cow Cove tonight?
You better believe it.
What time are you going to be there?
I should be getting there somewhere in the neighborhood of about 7:15, 7:30.
Alrighty, we came out to see you at Tampa Airport, and we're going to come down there and see you, too.
All right.
Do you know whereabouts is that? Never been there.
Cobb's Cove is at 13155 Gulf Boulevard in Madeira Beach.
Is it like a dressy place or what?
No, you see, you can go to Cobb's Cove wearing your tuxedo, or you can go there in casual slacks and a shirt.
Oh,
It's one of the nice things about Cobb's Cove, okay?
Well, that's good to hear.
13155 Gulf Boulevard, Madeira Beach.
And I just want you to know you're not an ignorant slut either. I mean...
Well, sometimes.
I don't think so.
It all depends.
Well, me and my friend Punch will be out to see you tonight.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
990-9352 in Hillsborough. Why I gave you that number, I don't know, because the lines available are in Pinellas at 461-9352, 461-WFLA.
Home Depot. How many times do we have to practice
I believe he said get a genuine genie at Home Depot.
I said 10 seconds, stand by. I had my hand in the air, cautioning you to wait. Okay, go.
I know, Michael, but it's just that, you're always reciting the Boy Scouts pledge, and I thought that's what you were doing again when holding your hand up in the air like that again. Muffy, are you there?
Hello?
Okay. As I had told the listening audience at home, I forgot to bring the letters in so that we could take a census here and see who's here. Who's the first one there?
The sense of the audience, huh?
Well, no, this is a census.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what's the first letter there?
Let's see. I know Jill's there.
Okay, and how many tickets did Jill request?
3.
Uh-huh. Okay, Jill only showed up with one other person.
Uh-huh.
So that means that Jill selfishly requested 3 tickets, Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I take that back. All right, Jill's cool.
Okay, she's there with 2 people.
Right, 2 other people. 3 people altogether.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
We may have a problem with the bozo the Yankee hat when we get to him, but we'll find out.
Is there a John or Joan? Is it Bolles? Is there somebody there?
John or Joan Bowles?
2 tickets?
The Yankee hat just raised his hand.
And did he bring a pal?
Did you bring a pal, John? He's shaking his head no.
Oh, my.
Uh-huh. At least he brought his own chair. There's some other people that didn't.
How about Ron? Is he there?
Wait, 1 second. What's your sad tale of woe, John? Where's your buddy?
Her name's Laura.
Her name's Laura, okay.
She called about 10 minutes before I left and said she wouldn't deal with me.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's have a show of hands. Who in the studio audience buys that sad tale of woe? Not a one of them. Not a one of them. He's the one that was looking over my shoulder to see if the Van Ortner was twinkling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll continue on there with the census.
Ron. Is Ron there?
Is Ron here? Okay, so how many tickets do we give Ron?
2.
Okay, Ron didn't make it. He got a job promotion.
Ooh, well, at least he's working.
Now Ron's too good to come to the Bob Lassiter show. What
do they do? Moving from those, from the frying area out to the front desk there? Okay. Well, at least, he put his tickets to good use. Who else?
The last one is Mike. He asked for the 4 tickets. He was the celebrity tape.
Celebrity tape.
Oh, remember? He sent a videotape. Had a famous celebrity asking
the Macho Man tape.
Yeah, great tape, Mike.
Okay. Mike is Mike here? Mike is over there. Okay. 4 tickets.
Uh-huh.
Who all is here with Mike? Damned, all 4 of them showed up.
Well, good for him. Well, I figured they would.
We're too short. There are 10 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are only 10 people in the room. We set out 12 tickets.
No, we only sent out 11.
Oh.
We had 1 left over.
Okay, so it's only John or Joan. We can't figure out what it says in the bottom of the letter. That messed up this time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not too bad. Not too bad. He's one with a dirty car. Probably that's why she'd want to come with him.
Word gets around,
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Muffy.
Oh, is that it?
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to, say anything else, or if there's anything goes Friday? You never have called the show before.
Well, maybe we better just keep it that way.
Were you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have 2 lines available.
Maybe next Friday. Of course, you're not going to have anything goes next Friday, right?
Well, hey, in this business, we're not even sure if we're going to be here next Friday. I mean, maybe the big time will call, or maybe Schumann will start listening to the station and say, "What? That's what's on my station? Get rid of it!" Or maybe Father J-Cor will come in town and decide that he wants to do a talk show.
Oh, that would be interesting. I think I'd like to hear that.
It's rough. So if you really wanted to say anything, this is probably your only shot.
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Thank you, Muffy.
Thank you, honey.
2 lines available, both in Pinellas, 461-9352, 461-WFLA. Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA. Home of the magnificent Lassiter. Yo, Tampa.
Hello.
Hi.
The magnificent one there.
Yes, the magnificent one is not only here, but on the other end of the line with you.
Well,
as you stutter.
As I stutter.
Or as I stutter.
I would like to bring up 2 things, if I may. Be real quick.
Possibly.
Okay, first of all, I would like to offer you a personal apology.
A personal apology, okay. What was the second thing?
Well, can I tell you why I would like to apologize?
Oh, if you insist, sure.
Well, yesterday I called you and we had a talk about Mount Rushmore.
Uh-huh.
I would probably pick a political leader as well, but I wouldn't pick him. I would probably pick somebody like Kissinger.
Well, you see, I owe so much to Ronald Reagan. I owe virtually all of my success to him. I'm one of the very few people in the country that does.
Uh-huh.
And so that's why I think I'd like to have dinner with him.
Okay, let me ask you another one.
Sure.
Would you be willing to murder an innocent person if it would end hunger in the world?
To murder an innocent person if it would end hunger in the world? Absolutely, positively, no.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
Just, that's a hypothetical question, but if it was an actual, factual question, a true question, you might think about it different.
I don't think I would.
No?
No.
I think I'm with you. Actually, going through with it, I don't think I could do it.
I think there are other ways if we really wanted to end hunger in the world, and besides taking an innocent life.
Well, yeah, it's hypothetical anyway. Okay, here's another one. If the person you were engaged to marry had an accident and became a paraplegic, would you go through with the marriage or back out of it?
Well, I would certainly hope that if I was engaged to be married to someone, it was because I truly loved them. Therefore, while it would obviously complicate and forever change the relationship, I would like to believe I would go through with it.
So it's not so much a physical thing as a deep love, right?
Well,
hopefully.
A relationship in the earlier stages is very, very strongly physical. Let's not kid ourselves about it, but I would hope... I mean, I'm 43 years old. If I was 18 years old answering this question, I would probably answer it differently. But at 43, I would hope that I was deeply in love with the individual to the point where it would really be for all practical purposes, irrelevant.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hopefully.
Listen, let me talk to you, some of your friends there, if I could.
Oh, that's impossible.
They can't do it? Okay,
No.
Have you got time for one more?
Sure.
Let me see. Let me find the best one. Oh, I've got two more. One like that and one real short one. Someone very close to you is in pain, paralyzed, and will die within a month. He begs you to give him poison so that he can die. Would you?
Yes.
What if it were your father?
Doesn't make any difference.
Still do?
Sure.
I'm with you. I think so, too. Okay, last one. For $40,000, would you eat a live bowl of crickets?
For $40,000, a live
cash,
bowl of
cash
crickets.
on the table. It's right there, right in front of you, and a live bowl of crickets.
I doubt it very much. 40 grand is nothing to snivel at, I promise you, but it wouldn't change my life that much.
You'd be sick for a day.
But it still wouldn't change my life that much. It's not worth it to me. You know, and that's not to say that I've got 40 grand sitting on the table here. I don't. But it wouldn't change my life that much.
I'd do it in a flash.
I mean, if you want to talk 40 million, I think I could work up one hell of an appetite for crickets.
I would do it in a flash. I would get sick and I would throw up, but I'd just keep pumping them down my throat. You know,
well, you
I'd
see,
take the money
that's
and
the
run.
difference between you and me. You're a money-grubbing fool who will do anything for cash. I am a man of great principle.
Uh-huh.
And
No
a
crickets
very,
for you,
very
huh?
weak stomach, yes, when it comes to crickets.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you. Be good. Off it is now to Palm Harbor. Hi there, Palm. You're on the air.
Hey, Bob.
Hey.
And hello, studio audience. Blow some holes in my statements, would you please? I know you're just the one that can do it because I'm not able to.
Okay.
I'm thinking of the little girl with AIDS.
Yeah.
And then her getting into school.
Uh-huh.
I'm not insensitive. I have two little girls. They go to school. Both those little girls have come home. One of them with lice once. They sent her home because she had lice. Both of them have went through chicken pox. They sent them home. They don't want them there. I'm saying, why would someone want to send a little girl to school with a disease that she could give to somebody else that's much more threatening?
But it's
where am I thinking wrong here?
Okay, there goes the hole. It's because it's not passed with casual contact as lice or chickenpox is.
I agree, and if we were talking about 10th graders that could be told, not only her, but all of the rest of her students told what could cause a problem, and they all understood that, and therefore they didn't do that. But these kids, not only not her, but none of her classmates, can be reasonably be expected not to do something that could cause it.
There's also something else that you're forgetting in this particular classroom situation. This is a special education school.
I understand.
Extreme supervision of a far greater number of teachers and teachers' aides available per student. On that point, having blown a hole in both of them, I hope.
What's your stand on it?
What do you mean, what's my stand on
Do you
what?
feel she should be able to go?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, just wondering.
Because she's a human being. Yours.
Bob Lassiter, News Radio 970, WFLA.
9 minutes after the hour, 4 o'clock, a very historic show. April the 28th, 1989. You may want to circle your calendar or, I don't know, write it down on your sleeve. It will be the last live studio audience show until sometime in the fall. Whoa! You know, mellow out there, people. And also it will be the last Anything Goes Friday for the foreseeable future, which I trust will be something more than 2 weeks, like it was the last time I said this is going to be the last Anything Goes Friday show. No particular reason for either. It's just that, hey, I get bored. You guys get bored, I get bored. I also really get ticked off when all the calls in Pinellas County drop off during a newscast. I doubt it's because you people wanted to rush out and buy the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal so that you get more in-depth coverage of the stories in the newscast. Probably just because you're tired of holding onto the phone. Hey, look, I come in here every day. I work my tongue to the bone for you people. What in the hell's the matter with you, Pinellas County? What better do you have to do? You know what I mean? I'll give you the numbers. 1 second here. I just can't see anything without my glasses. 461-9352. 461-WFLA is the number in Pinellas County. What do you think? Should we have a little fun with people in Pinellas County? For free home delivery of prune juice, dial 461-9352. 461-WFLA, a free 5-gallon jar of prune juice and a refrigerated dispenser machine will be brought over to your house simply by dialing that number, which, of course, is not true. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Hello, Tampa.
I bet you they didn't even bring you any chocolate chip cookies today, did they?
Well, there are 6 chocolate tasty cake cupcakes, so, you know.
I don't know. I guess that might suffice. I don't really blame you, though. I was really curious, and yes, Mike, I asked, I brought this up to him before you guys started talking about it, about like yesterday's show and being serious. I was really amazed. I mean, I dare say that you probably got first-time callers more yesterday than you do when you have your first-time callers only show. And I was really amazed. Did you, when you had the idea in your mind about the topic as far as Reagan and stuff, did you really have it? I mean, were you serious yourself with it at the time, or was it really tongue-in-cheek? I mean, was the purpose? That's the reason I didn't call in right off the bat, because I didn't know where you were going to go with it. And then, I saw how you were playing to people, like you were playing them like a violin. I was really amazed. And I was just wondering, is that what you had planned, or do you sometimes plan it seriously and it just go off the wall like that?
Well, I thought that most of the people who took part in the program yesterday were very serious with their responses.
Yeah, but
I basically hung up on the people who weren't.
Yeah, I know Bob, but it's like it was the calls and the people you're coming out with them, their opinions and stuff. It was really wild, and I was just wondering.
Well, my dear young friend, I live in a world that is mildly insane and getting a little bit more insane with each passing day. And life has taught me that it will be much easier to get people to talk about whether or not Ronald Reagan's likeness should be put on Mount Rushmore, which frankly, what difference does it make, than it is to get people to talk about things that do make a difference in their lives. So I only get paid to come in here and fill 3 hours to provide, some kind of buffer between the commercials and Gary McHenry.
Yeah, I understand. I guess a better way of putting it is there's certain subjects that I know that you can bring up, I don't even go into them, and you can be just about guaranteed that a certain type and a certain group of people are going to call. And you can do that. You can do that every Monday. The same subject every Monday, and they'll call every time.
Why they call me the Magnificent Lassiter, sir?
I was just wondering, do you ever start off with the topic in a real serious mode and just have it go off the wall like that? Because I didn't know really where you were coming from, if you were really serious about it or not.
Bayshore area.
I bet you that guy at the Yankees cap, I bet you he smokes too, don't he?
Got any cigarettes on you there, fella? No, he's out of them.
Well, if he did smoke, you know where he should go, right?
Wait a second, he said he quit. How long ago?
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks, all right. Congratulations. He's not quite as weird as he looks.
No, well, I guess we all know where he'd go if he hadn't, successfully quit.
That's right, the Grand Prix car wash.
Yeah, and then the Howard's. But I was just checking that out, Bob, because I was really amazed by the way. I mean, you were playing them like a flute. It was really amazing. And the people were, you were, talking to Mike about it and stuff, and you think they'd listen close enough to catch on to what you're up to. But, people are amazing. I guess truth is stranger than fiction.
That's right.
Have a good weekend, Bob.
Well, okay, take care there.
Bye.
Bye. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Michael, I think you're about a half a star too generous there. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, how's it going? Robert, I'm sorry.
It's not too bad. The shoulder still bothers me a little bit,
I didn't mean to say that. Come on now, stop
it. I've been having some gas.
Okay.
Which is really, really, really... No, that's okay. Don't worry.
I wish I was there.
I get it in the morning, okay? So I don't get it in the evening. Basically, I lay there... And, it's rippling off. Embarrasses the hell out of me because, Mary turns over real quick. But outside of that, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, speaking of gas, I got a thought for you here. Here we are with Exxon and raising their prices for, fixing up their oil spill up there. Yeah. And have you noticed everybody else has raised up their prices too to match Exxon?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be ripping up the rest of my credit cards because I did check with one of my local gas boys there as I was pumping one day, pumping my ethyl, and he said that the only reason the prices went up is because the big boys wanted to put more green in their pockets.
Do you really think that the big boys at the oil companies confer with his pump jockey?
Hey, you never know. This guy was, he's the owner of his own station there. He should know a little something.
Well, perhaps he is, but I still doubt very much that the chairman of the board of Exxon calls him and says, hey, we're going to just jack up those prices.
Well,
I got to go because I got to call somebody else.
Well, tell me this then. Why would, of course we see why Exxon had to raise their prices if they do what they're saying, clean up their oil. Why would Shell, Mobil, Amoco, and everybody else decide to go ahead and raise it up at the same time then?
Perchance you've not been reading the newspapers. First of all, this is a seasonal...
yeah, true.
A seasonal, that's a ridiculous thing I was about to say, a seasonal time of the year. It is not unusual at this season for there to be an increase in usage, consequently an increase in prices.
Correct.
As well as the Port of Valdez has, for all practical purposes, been closed down.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no oil coming out of there. As well as the OPEC nations have been a little bit more successful this time around in curtailing their production. So there are a lot of other factors.
Yeah, I realize that too, but it just seems like it's just very coincidental there in that they all seem to be raising up the same way or the same amount. If you see what I mean. I mean, everybody's around St. Pete ways is hitting right around 99 to 101 cents, you know, and Exxon...
My dear young friend, oil is a worldwide market.
Correct.
And you see there are people who pump oil in various different parts of the world and sell it.
Right.
Okay? So they sell it to middlemen, and those middlemen sell to other middlemen, and those middlemen sell to other middlemen. And it wouldn't really be making a hell of a lot of sense from the pump back to the well for oil to go through 4 or 5 or 6 different stages, and each one of the middlemen charge the other more. I mean, for example, let's say that you are the person who drills the oil.
Mm-hmm.
I am the person who buys it from you and sells it to the refinery. And then there's another person that sells it from the refinery to the consumer, okay?
Right.
Well, it would really be incredibly stupid of me to say, oh, okay, Mr. Driller, instead of the $40 a barrel that I gave you last week, let me give you $45. And
Boy,
then turn around and sell it. You would?
Kidding. Go on.
And then turn around and sell it to the refiner for $45.50.
Mm-hmm.
It just wouldn't make any sense. If there was no difference in price from the well to the refinery, and then all of a sudden from the refinery to the pump, there's a great big increase in price. Then yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're talking about some kind of weirdness going on here.
Yeah.
But all you need to do is open up the newspaper and look at the futures prices.
Right.
Look at the real price that's paid at the wellhead, and that will tell you that there is not this great conspiracy.
Wow, I feel so ignorant.
No, it's not that you're ignorant. Come on. Well, unless you really want to take the true sense of the word ignorant without knowledge, it's certainly not a shame or a disgrace. You just have no knowledge of the...
Yeah.
I don't have a hell of a lot of knowledge of it either. It's just that I'm a weird dude, okay? I look at futures prices.
Aren't we all?
And I see them coming. I see this kind of stuff coming simply because I like to look at the numbers. I don't know why.
Because you're weird. You already explained that.
You got it. I'm weird. I can't discuss other things with you, but if you want to know about futures prices, I can probably come up with something a little bit close anyway.
I love it.
Take care.
Thanks a lot, Robert.
Bye-bye. Off it is now to Tampa. Hi, Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, reasonable. You know, the shoulder's a little bit weak. I've been getting the gas in the morning. I don't really know what it is. It's not that my diet has changed or anything, but I lay there and I'll rip a mackerel off, in the morning, and Mary will roll over real quick, and outside of that, it's not going too bad. There are always problems in your life, and I've got the usual kind of problems. It just goes day in, day out. You win some, you lose some,
Yeah.
God.
Other than that, I guess you're doing fine.
You got it.
You want me to tell you why I'm calling you?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Of course. Okay, see, I go to high school, and my teacher told me that he was going through the stations on the radio, and that he, caught your station, and
what did he
said
catch
that you
us doing?
could... Huh?
What did he catch us at?
Hey, in this car.
Oh, okay.
And, he told me, he challenged us class as to one of us to call, and to call you and say hi. And then he said he was just joking that you'd rip our head off or something because you can get really wild in your conversations.
Oh,
and I'm that gutsy type, and I just wanted to call and say hi.
Well, thank you very much.
See how you are.
Would you tell him that he's a jerk for saying something like that?
Sure.
Tell him he's a subhuman teacher.
He's American history.
Oh, okay.
Still the same.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Jeez, I don't know why he would have said something like that.
Hi, Bob. Hi, studio audience. Oh, boy.
Oh, Gary McHenry, the world's most bronzed...
Sure glad to hear about your morning gas problems, Bob. Jeez.
Well, they asked.
Good grief.
I mean, wouldn't you have told if somebody asked you?
No, Bob. I have class.
Class?
Yeah.
When are you going to start displaying it?
I'm a classy kind of guy. Hey, we have a couple of problems in the Brandon area.
I don't recall at this point in the conversation totally handing it off over to you. I've not said...
No, but you're stalling for time, and then I'm going to go on for 5 seconds, and then you're going to play that...
Yeah, Gary, why would you say so?
Give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. He takes 25 to introduce me, and then I get bunked.
But Gary, I wouldn't do that to you, baby.
Oh, that's it. That does it. Dear Mr. Maseko. There it is. I knew it.
Go on.
Have you handed it off to me yet, Bob?
Yeah, sure, Gary.
60 and Brian. I'm not even in the mood now. 60 and Brian in Brandon area, an accident there. Also 574 and...
What do we have to do to get you in the mood? How about if I had the audience say, please, Gary?
Okay, beg.
Please, Gary.
Okay. 574 in Lakewood and Sefner, wrapping up a problem there. Bush near Armenia had...
Wrong side, I'm sorry. My fault. Certain members of the Lassiter live studio audience are run through the Grand Prix car wash right after the show. And today, I think how many tickets do you have, Jill? 4? 3. Okay, it'll be Jill and her 2 companions that we will run through the Grand Prix car wash immediately after the program. And they, of course, will receive the Supreme. Yes, indeed. Jill will be vacuumed from head to toe. Then she will receive the standard car wash. They will, of course, wipe off her little forehead and whatever else needs wiping off when she's finished. And along the way, she will receive 3, that's right, count them, 1, 2, 3 separate coats of wax. There will be the, where is it here? I've got it written down here someplace, just like the lady that called yesterday. Yes, I've got it written down. And it is the turtle... Can you hear that groaning in the other room? And this is what happens to me all the time. I mean, whenever I'm in the middle of a commercial or a serious monologue, he's in there going, oh! Sometimes he goes like this. I was just showing them the gesture. There will be the Turtle Sealer Wax, the Turtle Polish Wax, and the Turtle Pro Coat Wax. And just for, if some bizarre, of course, there will also be the Armor All inside and out. And for some bizarre reason, should Jill and her companions not be satisfied, so the people at Grand Prix will not let them leave. They will lock them up overnight until they finally say, okay. That's not the way they do it at all at the Grand Prix. 3 locations to serve you: 1880 Gulf Bay Boulevard, right across the street from the Clearwater High School. In Seminole, 10471 Park Boulevard, a half a block east of Seminole Boulevard. And at 3622 Gandy Boulevard, a half a block east of the Crosstown in Tampa. The Grand Prix Car Wash. It's really very difficult to tell people day in and day out about the Grand Prix Car Wash. It's just a fun. Have any of you people ever been there, by the way? No. Oh, what a bunch of duds. I mean, I sit here tell you about this place every day. You can't do better. Well, you took your sister's car. You took your sister's car there once? Were you happy? She was. Well, I can understand it was her car. I appreciate that. The important thing about the Grand Prix Car Wash, in all honesty and sincerity, is that it's a service organization, and they literally will not let you leave until you are satisfied. Not because they're going to lock you up overnight. I mean, come on, I'm taking a little liberty here, but because they guarantee their work. It's as simple as that. Tampa, hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob, let me alert you to something. Hulk Hogan is going to be making a guest appearance tomorrow morning at the new Gold Gym up close to Waters.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the address is 7815 North Dale Mabry.
Oh,
3 blocks south of Waters.
And I don't know if you know it or not, but the first 2,000 people will get a free color poster of the Hulkster and a complimentary bottle of baby oil.
Well, I didn't know about the baby oil. I knew about the poster. I saw that in the paper this morning.
Yeah. Can we expect to see you there?
As a matter of fact, I am holding in my hand something that says you are cordially invited to the VIP pre-grand opening reception to be held at Gold's Gym and Aerobic Center on Saturday, April 29th from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Public grand opening with Hulk Hogan will be held from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at 7815 North Dale Mabry. Sir, do you really think, after all of the things I have said about Hulk Hogan, do you really and truly think, sir, that I am going to be there?
Well, you know, the guy is a benevolent guy, Bob. Are you scared, or what's the...
Scared of Hulk? Macho Man is a personal friend of mine, sir.
So what? Macho Man, look at the guy. He can't even comb his hair, Bob. I mean, you look at his taste in sunglasses, will you?
I happen to think his sunglasses are pretty hip, sir.
Pretty hip.
And I've never seen him cover himself in chicken fat.
Are we talking baby oil or chicken fat,
and Bob? He doesn't bleach his hair, sir, does he? Nor does he wear pre-ripped T-shirts.
Oh, come on, don't get rough with me, Bob, okay?
Oh, come on, sir. There's nothing more that you'd like than for me to get rough with you. We know you're kind.
Well, okay.
All of you pukemaniacs are the same.
Well, I had hoped to see out there. Bob, I watched about 40, 50 hours of professional wrestling, and I think they talk about athletes on steroids and payoffs in athletics. One of the more shocking things in athletics today is the lack of refereeing caliber in women's wrestling. I don't know if you...
Oh, there seems to be something that has gone wrong with the caller's line. I do not understand. We'll have the engineering department look into that. Ray Collins standing by at the WFLA News Desk.
Good afternoon. It's 4:30. I'm Ray.
You guys really just like the way I gave the time? You applauded me for that? All right. Hey, Mikey, maybe we'll have these people in every day. Okay. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hi, Tampa. Pity Poo, I recognize that sound. I recognize the sound. It's the sound that is made when somebody joins the dog meat club. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Is it me?
I would hope so.
Okay, hi. I'm Emma, and I didn't want to, I don't have time, but I just wanted to tell you something about your gas.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, if you take Metamucil every day, it'll go away. I promise you.
Metamucil every day.
Have you ever tried it?
Gas or Metamucil?
You have tried it.
Gas, yes, I've tried it many times. I have it almost every day now.
Yeah, you have to have it every day now.
Well, I do have it every day now.
Then maybe that's what's causing your problem. I don't know. But really, if you take it every day, it'll get rid of that gas.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking if I had gas every day.
Oh, no. I mean, if you take the Metamucil every single day, that gas will go away, and everything else will go away.
Do you have gas?
Well, no, not anymore.
But you formerly did.
Well, everybody does.
Well, I appreciate that, but this is like clockwork.
Well,
I mean, we're talking about as soon as the sun comes up.
Well, if you do that
I start ripping these things off left and right.
Well, if you did it Metamucil, are you eating anything weird?
Am I eating anything weird? No, nothing different than I've eaten all of my life.
Well,
I am getting up in years.
Yeah, I was
perhaps
just
that's
going to say,
the problem.
are you heading towards Big 4-0 or something?
Are you kidding? Looking back at that one in the dust.
Oh, Well, because I have been around people in their 50s, and they do get flatulent sometimes. That's true.
Well, that's another story, too, but I'm not going to talk about that.
But really, you try the Metamucil every morning.
Yes,
I swear you will see a difference. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thanks for talking to me.
Thank you very much, Emma. Flag that one, Mikey. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Very, very strange occurrence. We're coming into the 445 blahs, which is starting a little bit early this afternoon. So let's see, we've got one line in Hillsborough. Since we're talking about gas, that's understandable. And there are two lines available in Pinellas, and since we're talking about gas, that is not understandable. Let's see, Tampa. Hi, Tampa. Oh, bummer. That's a tragedy. Oh, just a tragedy. That caller, darn, he was so creative with that, and it didn't get on the air. Son of a gun. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon, caller.
I don't know what I'm going to do on Fridays anymore, and especially since I'm not going to have the Anything Goes anymore. Does that mean you're going to stop playing Gloria Estefan records on Friday?
No, actually what it means is I'm going to play nothing else, but it'll just be, the conga straight on through.
Oh, my God.
Well, except between 4:38 and 4:40, I only have that 2-minute slot, so I can only play half of the conga.
I have a picture of Gloria Estefan that was taken by a friend of mine in Miami, and as soon as I get a negative, and I send you a copy.
Oh, another one of these I have a picture of Gloria Estefan people, huh?
Okay, Bob.
I'll bet she's sitting on your lap, huh?
No.
I'll bet she's whispering into your ear.
Oh, what do you have, a spy cam at my house?
Yeah, right. And I'll bet that her blouse is open one or two more buttons more than it really ought to be, huh?
Actually, there is no blouse.
Yeah.
It's off already.
And I'll bet that the picture of the face is just a little bit blurry, or maybe she had turned her head just as the photograph was snapped, right?
You're uncanny.
And I'll bet that just like the fundamentalists, I have to accept. I have to accept that this is really Gloria Estefan.
Yes, you do. You want the picture? Yes, you do.
I have to want to believe that this is really Gloria. Are you? I'll give you $20 for it.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Can you get it over here this afternoon?
Yeah, well, maybe. I got a question for you.
Excuse me.
Don't light a cigarette.
A question, sir.
Do you know what the Vanessa is?
Excuse me. What did you say, sir?
Don't light a cigarette.
Don't light a cigarette?
Yeah.
Sir, I have not lit a cigarette in quite some time.
I know. That's what I was saying.
Sir, about 5.5, 6 months ago, I ran into a man named Dr. Robert Sobel.
Did he go to the Grand Prix Car Wash?
No, he didn't go to the Grand Prix Car Wash, but Dr. Robert Sobel is the man, I can well understand why you got the two of them mixed up, is the man who developed the Quit for Life program. Yes, the Quit for Life program through his Stop Smoking Center in Clearwater.
Did you meet him at Calb's Cove, maybe?
No, I did not meet him at Calb's Cove, although Dr. Sobel would probably enjoy the food at Calb's Cove. I will be at Calb's, by the way, a little bit later on tonight, along with most of the gang here at WFLA. Luna will be stopping by later on to play his guitar.
I bet that...
with Carl, which should be quite interesting since there aren't any strings on Lionel's guitar, nor any cards in his deck, but then they didn't say anything about them playing cards.
I bet Dr. Sobel has a very clean office. I wonder if he uses an Orc vacuum cleaner.
I'll bet he does. I'll bet you a nickel he does. Did you know that Dr. Sobel's phone number is 787-5530, 787-5530? Did you know that?
No, I didn't, but I wrote it down just as you spoke.
Well, that's good. Let's see if somebody else is listening. Foxes in the room were the ones who were shouting loud as that sound, Gary.
Oh, sure, Bob.
By the way, where are you doing your fox hunting tonight?
I don't know, Bob. I'm so darn tired from today. Hey, I went 3 times today. Grand Prix Car Wash on Gandy at Tampa. 3 times. I went back and forth by there. Every time I waved and I said, Bob, I think the Supreme, I'm a friend of his. 3 times.
And what happened?
Well, I was riding in a police car, so there wasn't a lot they could do.
Why were
They just kind of looked up at me straight.
Why were you in the police car?
Well, I was patrolling today, Bob.
You're not a member of the police force.
No, I was a media observer with Officer Mitch.
A media observer with Officer Mitch?
Yep.
Why did they want a guy that doesn't have his own show to be a media observer?
about once a month.
Why not one of the big guys, that has his own show?
Well, they need someone that would be useful. That would be useful in the event that they might need some backup, some physical assistance. Therefore, that would rule out 99% of most talk show hosts that I know. Very few talk show hosts are bronze Adonis, stomach like a washboard types.
Okay, well, how's the traffic looking, Gary?
Jump up and down, Bob. Go ahead.
How's the traffic looking, Gary?
Earlier accident on 275 northbound, right about... Northbound 275 around Ashley had a problem there. Far right lane was affected. That has now cleared. Traffic still real heavy. Waters and 12 Oaks at Town and Country. Watch for a delay at that point. Bush and Rome about cleared up. Eastbound lane a bit affected. Latest in Pinellas County, 688 in front of Feather Sound. And I'm Gary McHenry, 970 WFLA Airborne Traffic.
It's almost over.
Let me very seriously take a moment to tell you about what else? Yep, Dr. Robert Sobel and the Quit for Life program, because it just isn't, it's not a joking matter. Giving up cigarettes after a life of smoking them can sometimes be pretty hard. Sure, there are some people that can do it on their own. There are some people that can just literally say, hey, that's the last one, and walk away. But not everybody can, and you're probably one of those people that can't. Well, that's where Dr. Sobel comes in. You see, he was a lifelong smoker, too. And he put together this no-nonsense approach to giving up smoking. It's administered over 2 one-hour sessions a week apart for a total cost of $39.50. And it works. Plain and simple. It works. So when you have finally made up your mind to really do something about that smoking, don't bother to call, by the way, if you haven't made up your mind. Don't waste your time. Don't waste his time. But if you made up your mind, Dr. Sobel can make it all come together. Dr. Sobel can make you a non-smoker. The telephone number? 787-5530, 787-5530. Now, Dr. Sobel is located in the Clearwater area. There are afternoon and evening sessions available, and if you can't make it up there, there's a book and a tape. But one of the best ways to do it is to get together a group of friends and have a quit smoking party, if you will. 787-5530, 787-5530. Again, to the phones we go. Priscilla. Hi there, Pris. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Listen, I don't think you should pick on Gary so much, because he's not too bright sometimes.
You're telling me, Priscilla?
I know. Well, you know, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I have a slight speech problem.
Yeah. So do I.
Well,
a lot of people do. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, the thing is, with me, is like years ago, I had gum disease.
Bone disease, yeah.
Gum disease.
Oh, gum disease. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, I lost all my teeth.
Uh-huh.
And, well, although I'm not a dog, although Gary sometimes calls me that, I have some nice features, but losing all my teeth aren't one of them.
Well, it depends on your perspective, I suppose.
But that's what I was going to say. Gary said, I wanted to go get some caps or something.
Yeah.
And Gary said, no, Chris, that's your nicest feature.
It is.
Yeah.
He said that, actually?
And don't you think that's pretty dumb?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, no teeth. I mean, come on, Bob.
Well, as long as I've known Gary, he has, preferred to have his ice cream pre-chewed, and I suppose that's what he saw as a value in you, in the relationship.
Maybe, I don't know.
Either do I, Priscilla, but I don't think I'm going to try to find out. Holiday, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Holiday.
First-time caller.
Great.
I hate people that say that. Been listening to you since you've been on in L.A. A couple quick questions, if I may.
Sure.
Okay, what happened to the ratings show?
What happened to the... And we didn't do it.
Darn right, I've been listening, man.
Oh, well, you see, the problem is the ratings didn't change. So, do you remember the last one?
I remember you were up there and the other ones were not.
Well, do you remember the last rating show?
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, just relive it in your own memory. Everything else is in essence the same.
We turned serious. We can't do that anymore? Is that it?
If you remember the last show, everything else is the same.
Okay. Okay, well, it was like you're dangling a carrot. We enjoy it.
Well, you see, okay, Shorty gets real bummed out, you see, when I do those shows.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, what we did is every day this week, pretended as though we were going to do one, knowing full well that Shorty would assign someone to tape. and then would probably not believe the person. What do you mean you don't have it on tape? He said he was going to do it. He always does it. And, we just thought that maybe that would actually even be more fun this time around. Since, in essence, there's really no change whatsoever over there. They are what is known in the business as flat.
Okay, I can appreciate that. Can I ask you two more?
Sure.
Okay, is Gary still in the Yahtzee?
He hasn't mentioned it of late, now that you brought that up, has he?
Not that I've heard of from you. The only reason I ask, I was going to mail you a triple Yahtzee game to give to him.
Well, if you send it in, I will see to it that he gets it.
I'll certainly do it. And also, one last thing.
Yeah.
Where's the Fez?
Fez? I don't know. He hasn't shown up recently.
The Fez sounds like Mike to me.
No, I promise you. I swear to you.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay, if you do that, I believe you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dirty Racket Frats.
Bye.
Ray Collins standing by. Well, that was my swearing, Dirty Racket Frats. Ray Collins standing by with the WFLA News Brief. Ray?
Thanks, Bob, and otherwise, smooth.
461-9352 in Pinellas. If you ever wanted to take part in an Anything Goes Friday show, this is in all probability your last chance. That's right. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Afternoon, Tampa.
Bob, I got, there's a member in your studio audience there that has committed a terrible injustice to the great Lassiter.
Oh, no, what's that?
Well, Mike, the guy, the Macho Man videotape.
Oh, yeah?
I think you really ought to stick Sophie on him, Bob. I think he deserves Sophie to be...
Well, it's not the fact that he asked for, twice the number of tickets he was entitled to. Why?
Exactly. Well, my wife is his sister. And she makes
your wife is his sister.
Exactly. She makes the best chocolate chip cookies in the world, Bob. And he begged and pleaded, says, you got to make some
He's just kind of looking down at the floor now. twiddling the little cord on his headphones, yeah.
Well, Bob, the long and short of it is you've got a hot plate of warm chocolate chip cookies here in our kitchen with your name on them, and he didn't even show up to come take them to you, Bob.
Isn't that... Is he expected to stop by after the show?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm working hard on it, Bob. I've already killed half the plate. I'm sure not going to leave any for him.
You're going to stop by after the show, see your sister?
Now looks like we're sweating over there.
Yeah, They're good, Bob.
You didn't have the time to stop by and pick up the cookies, huh?
He was at the doctor's office, he said.
He got his neck in the brace, huh?
Oh, no, there's no neck in the brace. There aren't any signs of any needle marks or anything on him.
Well, tell him excuses, and they're good, Bob. I just want you ought to know that you had somebody that committed a great injustice to the great Lassiter. But
And after he asked for double the amount of...
and one of those tickets was supposed to be mine, Bob, and then what does he do? He has to take his wife instead.
First of all, the damn thing, the volume on that tape was so low. I mean, I remember the night that I think it was a Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Muffy can call up and verify this. Brought the damn thing home, said, you know, hey, Muffy, somebody sent this tape. I got to listen to it. I put it in the VCR. Couldn't hear anything. Muffy's out in the kitchen, real water running. She says, could you turn it up? I can't hear it. So, you know, I turned it up to the point where we could finally hear it. And, oh, well, brother, you know, hey, it's another Macho Man tape. It's the 12th one we've had. Then
well, I'm enjoying your
I turn the regular television on and it blows out the speakers.
Here's jazz pianist Billy Goodnight. I mean, when Richards is here, it's a yak, 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 yak. I rarely get it back before what, 5:30, 5:31? Unbelievable. Hey, I like this one. This is Collins is his name, right? Collins? Okay. 9.5 minutes now after the hour, 5 o'clock. Welcome back. I'm sorry, studio audience. I was, you know, telling them all kinds of inside stories. Okay. By the way, Joan, you were asking about the souvenirs. What I'm going to do, since this is my last live studio audience show, I am going to give you the clap boo sign. As a matter of fact, I will even autograph it. I'm sorry for the rest of you. You guys weren't swift enough to ask for the souvenirs, and now it's too late. So just let me, it's her. There you go, Joan. All right. Take that to the Grand Prix car wash. Well, look, Muffy says it looked to her like John or Joan. She couldn't tell the difference. I mean, do you have proper identification on you? Well, okay, it's Joan then. It's our last live studio audience show. No particular reason. We may start it up again in the fall. I don't know. We may not. It is also the last Anything Goes Friday. Hey, look. You just have to be strong, okay? 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas, Tampa. Hi, you're on the air.
Bob, I saw something alarming in the paper today.
Saw something alarming in the paper today. What was that?
George and Danny had that baton passing meeting. I think they think it's serious.
Well, I'm not terribly concerned about it because Barbara was there.
Well, Marilyn was there too, but don't you think they were just doing
Marilyn?
talk?
I tell you, Marilyn's a little bit scary. Do you have any idea who the Reverend Carl McIntyre is?
I think I've heard you mention him, but I don't know much about him.
Well, Reverend Carl McIntyre is, again, one of these ultra-fundamentalists. I mean, he was one of the first ultra-fundamentalist preachers who has a large church. His organization is centered in Collingswood, New Jersey, literally just blocks away from where I grew up. And I've known about Carl for a long, long time.
Well, what's his deal?
Well, Carl is not just a literalist in terms of the Bible, but Carl thinks that everybody's a communist who doesn't belong to his church, and that the world is evil and cruel, and, well, actually there I guess he's kind of correct. But that Marilyn is a Carl McIntyre devotee. That's a little scary. And of course, Danny goes to the church too because Marilyn decides where they go to church.
That's in the family.
I think Marilyn probably decides an awful lot of things, you know?
Well, let's hope not too many. But I think they were just talking girl talk on the side between you and me.
Yeah, but what were Babs and Marilyn talking about?
Well, I think Barbara's looking for a new shade of blue to wear in her clothing.
You know, and it looks so natural.
She's exhausted many shades. I think she's looking for a new shade.
Come on, now, Barbara's a nice woman. Wouldn't you rather have Barbara Bush for president?
Bob, I didn't say she wasn't a nice woman.
I mean, George for first lady, whatever. But Barb's for president?
George is a nice man. I grant him that. He's a very nice man.
Probably.
But I mean, my next-door neighbor's a nice man. I don't know if I want him to be president. You know, Danny seems like a nice...
Great Favah's a nice man. I don't know why I'd want him to be president.
Yeah, you know, I think I like that idea. Great Favah for president. Check in the newsroom, Stereo. See if they're in favor of that, too.
The Great Favah.
Great Favah for president, yeah.
What do you think? What does he stand for? What do you think he'll go for?
What does he stand for?
Yeah.
Well, he has been known to stand in the line for, cake and cookies, but that's where I met him, actually, standing there.
That's commendable.
He stands to reel them in, as Michael's pointing out, yeah.
Bob, is Is this a radio show?
Is this a radio show? Yeah. Damn good one, too, isn't it?
Well, my question is, isn't that sort of like a paradox? A radio show? I mean, it's a radio listen or a radio talk, if anything. I don't think it's a radio show. I can't see anything. You sound like you're having a great time there, but I don't know.
About 2-3 minutes ago, I'm starting to get gas again.
Garlic gives that to me.
Whoa, mellow out, audience, mellow out.
Bob, have you been eating garlic? Garlic kills me. I love to eat it, but
no, I haven't been eating it. I've been wearing it.
What, have you had a cold?
No, it's just I've been bothered by a lot of werewolves recently.
Werewolves?
Werewolves, yeah.
I thought it was the Dracula that garlic scared off. I don't know, werewolves, Dracula.
Maybe. Dan, that's probably the problem. No wonder they've all been hanging around me.
Certainly.
Probably
But do you think it's a radio show, Bob? I don't know. I mean, you create some pictures in my mind, but I'm still not really seeing you, you know?
Create some pictures in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's a radio show. I don't know. A show implies using this site.
Can you picture my arm?
I think it's a radio listen. Sometimes a radio talk.
Can you picture my right arm? Picture my right arm extended with a fist clenched.
Okay. You're not going to raise that finger, are you?
Picture my left arm crossed over my chest with the wrist in the crook of my right arm.
Bob, I'm offended.
Picture my suddenly bringing up my right arm into an upward position, into the 12 o'clock position.
I'm really offended, Bob. But I'm not going to take it personally.
Please don't.
Excuse me?
Please don't.
Okay, I won't. Bob, it's really been nice talking to you.
Well, thank you very much.
Let's do it again soon, okay?
Okay.
Take care.
Be good. Okay, it's 15 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock. I have one miserable call online. I do not understand this. I find it a source of great embarrassment for the 9 good people in this room. That's right, audience. There are 10, and it might be you that I'm talking about. So, it is a considerable source of embarrassment for the 9 good people in the room to have to look at the Phenortner, including Joan, who is now staring at it, that there is but one little twinkle. This is unforgivable. 990-9352 in Hillsborough, 461-9352 in Pinellas. Do I have to get on my hands and knees and beg? Are you people going to literally make me beg and plead? I will wait 30 seconds. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17,000, 18,000, 19,000, 20,000, 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, 24,000, 25,000, 26,000, 27,000, 28,000, 28,000 and a half, 28,000 and 3/4, 29,000, 29,000 and a half, 30,000. All the lines are lit.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of the most astonishing things you've ever seen in your entire life?
Just had 2 drop-offs. Excuse me, sir,
yeah.
sir, quit gloating. We had 2 drop-offs.
Oh.
One on each side of the bay. Big!
Well, come on. You know, I got most of them full. And all I did was sit here and count to 30. I mean, what I have done in essence, Stereo, is developed a new way to fill up the boards without, going through the cards or shuffling the newspaper. Well, it's stand there, full.
It didn't work. 1 line left in Hillsborough County.
I'm getting out of my chair. Oh, God. I am on my knees. I have both hands around the microphone.
Okay, you don't have to do it. The line's lit.
It worked. So much better than the other 4 squads that did this for a living that try to pretend,
Oh, just do an impromptu read of the newspaper here. Oh.
All I have to do is count to 30. St. Petersburg. Right.
Okay, I'll get off that subject real fast. Number 2, your car wash.
Yeah, what about it?
I went there the other day.
Which one did you go
last
to?
Wednesday.
Yeah, which one did you go to?
I went to the one in Seminole on Park Boulevard.
Right.
The car came out of the machine.
Mm-hmm.
The back was dirty. The side was dirty.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, the back is dirty. The side is dirty. And they kept me there. They didn't let me go. They hand washed my car.
Uh-huh.
And then, they said, is this okay? And I says, well, and they said, well, could you open the back? I had to open, it's a new Ford, you have to open the hatchback and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They washed the inside of the window and, clean the inside of the door. I'm waiting there. I want to go someplace. I was off, but, I wanted to go someplace. And, so they got this whole thing all clean on the outside. The windows were sparkly and everything like that. And, I tried to give the guy a buck or two, you know how you do. And he said, there was a thing in the centers or in the window when you came out, and if you wanted a tip, that was fine. But thank you very much. We appreciate your business. I tried to drive off. He stopped me again.
Yes.
He washed and cleaned my steering wheel.
What about the ashtray? What about the ashtray? Did they wash that as well?
Well, I don't smoke, so, I mean, I couldn't tell if they
washed. That's probably why they washed the steering wheel, because they would normally wash the ashtray.
Well, I just can't, why in the world would they keep me there and wash my steering wheel?
Because they want you back next week.
Oh.
Is it a deal? Is it a deal?
Well, okay.
Okay. Grand Prix Car Wash. Let's see. 3 locations to serve you. 1880 Gulf to Bay Boulevard. Let's see if I can remember these. 1880 Gulf to Bay Boulevard in Clearwater. That's right across the street from the high school. 3622 Gandy Boulevard in South Tampa. And 10471 Park Boulevard in Seminole. All right!
And then there's the dancing wand with one Brandon location.
All right. Well, Gary, have you decided where you're going to be looking for foxes tonight?
I don't know, Bob. Oh wait, tonight's the big get together at Calps Cove, right, Bob? Isn't that tonight, Bob?
That's the Calps.
Yeah, I'm sure you said that was tonight. I wrote it down over here because you said that Nate was going to play his guitar.
No. Oh, no, you got that all wrong. No, that's at Wags.
Wags.
Wags in East Hillsboro.
Hold on. Oh, the one on East Hillsboro?
Yeah,
right by,
way East Hillsboro.
The one out by East Lake Mall?
Oh, that's you can almost see the lights of Orlando.
Oh.
From this one.
East Lake Mall.
Yeah.
Wags. And you're going to be there, and Carl?
Oh, everybody's going to be there.
Carl's going to play the guitar with Lionel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Lionel's going to play the piano. Carl's going to strum the guitar.
Okay.
Yeah. Fleewad's going to be there playing the comb and wax paper.
And the resistors, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, Bob. Hey, that'll be fun.
It's going to be a great time.
And Muffy's going to be there?
Yeah, Muffy's going to be there.
Oh, great. Okay. How about
wait a minute. I've got a caller that says he knows you.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. Caller, you know Gary McHenry?
Hello, this is Ted Webb. You know nothing. Zero. Nothing. You dig? You know nothing. Nada. Not a damn thing, buddy. You know nothing. Nothing.
Dad?
Nothing.
Dad?
Not a damn thing.
Is that you, Dad?
Sorry, Gary. I've got to move along. I've got a lot of commercials that I have to do here.
Boy. I should probably do a little traffic, huh? Just about 10 seconds, Bob?
God. Is that Richard's kid or something? Seemed to go. Anyway, welcome back. The Bay Area is a very unique area. A lot of different types of terrain, a lot of different type homes on a majestic oak-covered lot, starting at $120,000, and they are truly custom homes. You design them. You sit down with the developer, move the wall here, move the wall there. You want to flip the bathroom over to the other side? Hey, that's what you do. It's not like somebody else is going to pick out your dream home for you and shove it down your throat. It's not the way it is at Woodridge. Let me give you the telephone number. Get in touch with the developer direct. Okay? 960-2707. 960-2707. If you're into things like trees, serenity, low taxes, Woodridge. To the phones, again, it is St. Petersburg this time. Hi, St. Pete. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob. I cannot believe that you are getting rid of your Anything Goes show. I look forward to them so much every Friday.
Well, you know, that doesn't mean that there won't be something equally as interesting next week.
Well, you know. If you had 5 serious shows a week, I mean, how much can we people take? We work at jobs and go crazy on that and in the stress, and we look forward to Fridays and then relaxing.
Well, it's not necessarily going to be a heavy show. You know, maybe it'll be, I don't know. Well, just trust me. Just trust me.
Okay.
I mean, have I ever really let you down before?
No, not yet, and I've been listening to you for 7 months now.
Maybe some mild disappointment here and there, but not a real letdown.
No. Also, I think you should be nicer to Gary.
Nicer to Gary?
Yes.
Hello there.
No, he sounds like such a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, well, sounds can be deceiving. This man, if you have ever seen Gary at a bar, it's unbelievable. He can clear out a bar in like 3 minutes flat. This man has been known to go into places where they were pouring free drinks for women, and within 3 minutes, there's nothing left but men.
Oh, my gosh, that's terrible.
Oh, it really is. I'm loser.
Can you tell me I've got reservations for Cal's Cove tonight?
Fantastic.
Yes, and I needed to know, where around it is. I know the address, but is, the general vicinity or something?
John's Pass. It's a little bit north of John's Pass on Gulf Boulevard.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to it, too.
I'll see you there.
You better come up and say hello.
I will.
Okay.
Do you sign autographs?
Sure I do.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
I also sign napkins. Ray Collins standing by with the WFLA News Brief. Ray?
Thanks, Bob. Fibber.
What do you mean, fibber? What are you talking about?
You told that listener a lie.
Which listener?
The listener just before the news, the young lady that sounded very nice and everything. You gave the wrong directions to Wags.
Well, Gary, you have to understand that, she's a listener. I have to be nice to listeners, but you know how devoted I am to Mary. That's why I had female caller wrong directions to Cal's Cove.
Okay.
Yeah. Gary McHenry standing by with an airborne WFLA traffic report. Gary, of course, one of the great airheads of our time.
Well,
Gary.
Thanks, Bob. The good news, Howard Fraction.
Oh, back we are, 5:42 and a half the time. Darling Thomas, what kind of vacuum? Yes, vacuum cleaner is it that you have at home?
Uric.
A York. Bet it's like pushing around a tank, huh? Yeah. Okay, do you have a pet? He doesn't have a pet. Okay, well, you're cockatiel. How is it at picking up feathers? Sucks them right up. Well, you're really lucky you don't have a dog, especially one with long hair, because that York, it's not a bad machine, if you don't mind pushing around a World War II tank. But if you had an Auric, not a Uric, but an Auric with an O. I bet a lot of you people have been sitting around here saying, boy, I wish I was Lassiter and I had a nice job where I sat on my ass and made the money 43 cents a quarter. You see, now do you people understand what I have to go through in here? Every day it's the same stuff. No, if you, sir, had an Auric, which only weighs 8 pounds, picks up pet hairs as well as feathers, will actually suck the socks off your feet if you stand too close to it without a garter belt on. You do wear a garter belt, don't you? Now he's snickering. He said he does. Anybody here want to put some money on it? Yeah, everybody thought so too. If you had an Auric, which of course you could see, sir, at your Auric Care Center, your Auric Floor Care Center. Not your Uric Care Center, sir, but your Auric. There are 2 of them. There's one at 13230 North Dale Mabry in Tampa. You could call them at 264-1937. You're from France. Right? He says the listeners says he's from France. Or you could go to McMullen Booth Road in Clearwater at 2454. McMullen Booth Road. Or you could call them at 726-0523. I think you should keep your Uric. You guys want to pass a basket around here, see if we can't get up some money so he can take his Uric back and get it reconditioned? Okay, Michael's putting up $3. Okay, all right. So, do you find that you go through life trying to help people out, trying to do the right thing, and it usually ends up blowing up in your face?
Road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Road to hell is paved with good intentions, he says. You know, you and I have a lot more in common than you might think, because I'm the kind of guy that would have sat there and said, yeah, I got a Uric, you know. Let's go back to the phones. God, have they called us to cancel yet? Oh, thank God. Don't answer the phone. Just don't answer the phone for the rest of the afternoon. Palm Harbor. Hi, Palm. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bob. Kind of glad you're getting rid of these Friday shows.
Well, we're not getting rid of the Friday shows. There will be Friday shows on Friday.
Yeah, but is it still going to be an Anything Go?
I believe I said that this was the last Anything Goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the only day I can really call. Although I have a car phone, I'm not yet at that point in my career that I can afford to call a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling because you're Reagan Rushmore.
Oh, yeah, very popular show, yes.
Yeah, a caller called in and said, well, I think Ronnie should be on Mount Rushmore because he brought the Soviet Union to the bargaining tables.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a quick call, and you said, well, they came to the bargaining tables because they couldn't afford it anymore?
That's right, sir.
Could you explain that? I'm not...
Yes, sir, no problem whatsoever. The Soviet economy is in very, very deep trouble, such, not terribly dissimilar to ours. And the Soviets would like to spend their money doing things a tad more constructive than getting involved in stupid, inane, never-ending arms races.
Right. And was it because they were trying to keep up with us?
Well,
with our arms buildup?
Well, sir, I don't really think the Soviets were terribly afraid of our new battleships.
No,
or
but I'm
reconditioned battleships.
talking about our nuclear arsenal.
Our nuclear arsenal, sir, the Soviets have, been dust for years, sir. 23,000, 31,000. What difference does it make?
So are we. Yeah, I understand that. But I was always under the impression that we did that and built up our arsenal to bring them to the table.
Well, sir, what you're kind of forgetting is that a torch passed to a new generation up until quite recently, up until about the last 5 years. The Soviet Union was ruled by revolutionaries, men who were actually part of the revolution. These were people who slept in the fields and...
Afraid of being invaded again?
Right, people who fought off the Tsar and the whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a new generation, people who went to college, people that have, like VCRs and American Express cards and good wine. And that's the group of people, sir, who are...
Would rather spend their money on that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted you to clarify that. By the way, your studio audience guy who's got the bird, how long has he had his cocktail for?
How long have you had your bird, sir? A year.
A year. I've had mine for 4. Ask me if he wants another one.
Would you like another one?
Yes.
He said yes.
Okay. Have Mike take my number and I'll get with him. I'm getting married soon, so I can't have a bird and a wife in the same house.
Okay, I'll put you on hold very quickly. Oh, damned. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, great. I'm sorry. I almost did the wrong thing. There he goes. On hold. He can't have wife and cockatoo. Tampa, you're on the air.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Tampa.
Yes, how's your studio audience today? Have they been kind to you? Did they bring you tasty cakes?
A couple.
Lemon?
No, the chocolate cupcakes, which are very acceptable.
Well, see, sir, if I would have been there today, I would have not only bought you the lemon cakes, I would have bought you a Cuban sandwich from Continental, sir. And I know that you like them.
Well, yes, I do. Al at the Continental Deli is one of the premier sandwich makers in the area, probably in the country.
Yes, sir. Do you have any foxes in the studio, sir?
Foxes? Well, yes, but all the foxes appear to be spoken for.
Oh, I see, sir. Bob, this morning I woke up and I saw a frightening sight. I put on the TV in Murphy in the morning, and none other than Ted Webb's mug. You know how early in the morning that is, sir, to see that mug? It is a very frightening sight, sir. And I thought the magnificent Lassiter was going to be on there one day, sir.
Well, the magnificent Lassiter is not a welcome guest on the morning. No.
Now, let me ask you about this Grand Prix car wash. Do they have little foxes in short shorts washing these cars?
No, but they do occasionally have some fine young women in shorts drying them off afterwards.
And one last question, sir. Mr. Lassiter, I've had a problem with my dog, and I was wondering if you could help me. I know you have a dog. I have a beautiful Springer Spaniel, but I have been eating dog bones and I was wondering if you could help me. I feel so much better, though. It's a tremendous... you ever had them?
Spaniel, I once did have a...
Well, I ate a dog bone 1865, sir. I want to get into the Alpo lately. What do you think?
And I opened up a can of worms.
Uh-huh.
And I have been hearing...
worms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I have been hearing you talk about Calp's Cove.
Right.
And I told you my name and number and said they would call me.
No, I said I would give it to them.
Okay. Well,
I
am willing to
That's because I haven't given it to them yet. It's still sitting in the back seat of my car.
Take a second chance, and I am even offering to buy you and your lovely wife, because I hate to have bad vibes.
Sitting on the back seat of my car, and if the live audience would like to go down there and look at it, there it is. It's right behind the driver's seat, because I haven't given it to them yet.
We obviously had a bad meal, and I am willing to give it a second chance. And, I don't need a meal brought for me. I can afford it.
Well, why don't you come on?
And I own my own business, and...
What time are you going to be working to? What time are you going to be working to?
8:30, Tampa.
Well, can you come out at least for drinks? Maybe sit around the piano bar with Carl and Luano?
I will try, but I wanted to apologize for...
You have nothing to apologize. I mean, if you had a lousy service, okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you.
Calp's Cove tonight. I'll be there, in about an hour. Hors d'oeuvres. It's their fourth anniversary party, I should say. Please, come on out.